first at 6, the largest May Day rally in decades. I'm Joe Monty. I'll have more for you coming up in just a few minutes.
Good morning. It is the first day of May and it is Friday. Happy Friday to you. Thanks for starting yours off with us here at Fox 61 and Fox 61 Plus. I'm Erica Arias.
And I'm Bridget Buerli. I hope your Friday's off to a great start. And good news, we're kicking off the new month on a bright note. We will see the sun today, right, Rachel?
Oh, absolutely. It'll be out in abundance. You're already seeing it now as the sun comes up here, and it comes up around the 5:45 mark. So certainly some good news with bright and comfy conditions throughout the day, although slightly on the cooler side from where we should be for this time of year. So we are starting off May on a cooler note, but it's still not a bad day overall. Mostly clear skies out there now. If we look back off to the west of us, we are tracking an opportunity for a few spotty showers as we move through the day on Saturday. It doesn't look like it's going to be a washout. Just don't want you to get off guard with any rain that's out there. 44 right now in Hartford, though. Winds out of the west to northwest at 5 miles per hour. It is a nice start with a few passing clouds. Temperatures around 37 degrees in Torrington and 38 in Willimantic. So it is on the cooler side than this time yesterday. We just don't have the cloud coverage that's keeping those temperatures warm. So we are running about 10 degrees cooler, especially on the western side of the state. So at the bus stop this morning, plan accordingly for numbers in the 30s and 40s. Moving forward, we'll have a mostly sunny sky towards the ride home. Recess likely outside. Temperatures will be in the lower 60s this afternoon to the mid 60s for areas inland. 65 in Middletown, 64 degrees in Southington, 61 in Branford today. The lower 60s towards southeastern Connecticut and Killingly as well. Heading through tomorrow, temperatures starting off in the 40s. We could have a few passing showers first thing in the morning, and then by the afternoon we are also bringing in a rain chance too. It does look like it is drier for our Sunday and also brighter as well. So that rain chance for tomorrow, not all that significant, but there is that chance as we move through the day, especially in the morning and then again in the afternoon. We'll talk about where we go from here. Your full 7-day coming up in just a bit. Here at 6:02 on our roadways, we are mostly quiet. We did have an earlier crash over in New Britain that has cleared up for the morning commute. So we'll take a look over in Windsor on 91. That looks much better. We had some earlier road work wrapping up on the eastbound side of 84 as well. That is cleared. So Windsor to the 84 interchange is 7 minutes. Through the Hartford Tunnel, it's around 6 on the eastbound side. Over to you.
All right, Rachel, thanks. Well, May 1st marks International Workers' Day, and rallies are planned across the state in celebration of laborers and their communities. Some activities are planned right here in Hartford. Fox 61's Joe Monty is in Hartford with a little more about what's going on later this morning. And Joe, this day is all about honoring the working class, right?
It is, Bridget. Good morning. Yeah, there's planned rallies across the state to honor and celebrate workers, but there are also some added points as well. More than 60 labor union organizations and others are calling for no business as usual. That means no school, no work, and no shopping. They're trying to get their point across today, which is all part of May Day. It's going to be the largest rally in decades around the state. The overall theme is workers over billionaires. There's 3 main points that the rally goers are trying to get across. The first being an ongoing fight over the state budget and whether Connecticut billionaires will be made to pay more in taxes. The second being for better union contracts with some of the largest employers in the state as negotiations continue to take place. And the third, to voice their opposition to ICE raids and war. The May Day rally and march is set to begin at 10 a.m. in Bushnell Park at the Soldiers and Sailors Memorial Arch. And at 11:45, organizers will deliver a letter to Governor Ned Lamont calling for a state budget that prioritizes working people over corporations and the extremely wealthy, among other things. The delivery will take place at the Capitol. Now, as I said, too, there's going to be planned demonstrations in Willimantic and New Haven. We're going to bring you more from Hartford later this morning. For now, Joe Monty, back to you.
All right, Joe, thanks so much. Looking forward to seeing more of those events later this morning. We'll certainly check back. Well, meantime, at 6:04, 1 week after Waterbury's water superintendent was accused of misconduct and then resigned, some elected officials are demanding answers. Fox 61's Kayla Cade is giving us a closer look at what happened. She was at last night's special Board of Aldermen meeting.
A couple of leaders decided to not attend the executive session on Thursday due to lack of transparency and communication. This is District 5 Majority Leader Rafael Feliciano Roman being the first person to take the lead and walk out of Waterbury's special executive session.
Alderwoman Zimmerman.
In demand for transparency and communication.
They're making plans and not including us.
The executive session was closed to not only the public, but also the media. and it was called for 5 p.m. on Thursday.
I think it's crazy that we had a meeting at 5 o'clock when our rules in our alderman meetings say all meetings are supposed to be at 6, but they found a loophole. Except for emergency meetings, except for special meetings called by the mayor, those could be set at any time.
Many Board of Aldermen members like Feliciano Roman say they found out about the meeting last minute.
I only found out about this executive session emergency meeting within 24 hours. When I know that the mayor and the alders who are in the majority have been probably planning this for a week plus. How do I go on my Facebook page and see that the meeting's happening before I even got notice of it?
On the agenda, the investigation into former Water Superintendent Bradley Malay's resignation.
At the very least, the people deserve to know what it is that the alleged crime that he committed and the alleged misconduct. And if I can't go back to them and tell them that, then that's complete lack of transparency.
But some members like Alderwoman Kelly Zimmerman and Alderman Mike Grasso, who also walked out, say there's a more important issue at hand.
The super concerning issue, I think, for us is we had a house fire 3 weeks ago. There wasn't adequate pressure in the fire hydrant for them to fight the fire.
Zimmerman says they requested a special emergency meeting but never received a response.
Our priority should be public safety and nailing down a strategy on what we're going to do to make sure that our public infrastructure for emergency works.
Alderman Feliciano Roman says they want to hear from the public. He suggests you to reach out to City Hall and demand transparency. In Waterbury, Kayla Cade, Fox 61.
Happening today, speed cameras will be active at school zones in Fairfield. Now, no tickets will be issued for the first month during what's called a warning period, but starting June 1st, you will be given a ticket if you're caught speeding through a school zone. Officials say the program is encouraging safer and everyone obeying the speed limits and help protect students in the end. But obviously not everyone is happy about it.
A former Waterbury teacher has been arrested again. Investigators say Philip Hughes sent more inappropriate messages to another student. He was in court yesterday morning to face a charge of harmful contact with a minor. State police first arrested Hughes back in March on a similar offense. He was placed on administrative leave, but he has since been fired.
A man charged in a deadly shooting in Middletown on Wednesday night appeared in court. 24-year-old Nigel Smeichel faces several charges, including murder. You see him there. Prosecutors say the shooting on Cooley Avenue was a targeted attack. Officers say the victim was shot several times and taken to the hospital where they later died.
This clearly looks like an assassination or execution type situation, but the video you see this defendant called past the defendant while he was walking with his dog, pulls into a parking space, gets out of the car, walks down an alleyway, calls the victim over, shoots at him 2 times.
The prosecutor says that Smeichel moved out of the frame of the video after the victim fell, and then you could hear 3 more shots fired. Court record shows Smeichel was nearing the end of his probation for 2 prior convictions. He is expected back in court next week.
Waterbury police say a 52-year-old woman was hit by a car yesterday morning, and then the driver took off. We're told it happened on Cherry Street at about 7:30. The woman was taken to the hospital, and we're told she is expected to recover.
6:08 now. It's been a week since Wren Kitchens closed all U.S. stores. More than 9,000 customers have been impacted by this. One customer told us that she's had a terrible experience with the company. Nancy Lumpkin of South Windsor says 2 years ago, she had her basement kitchen remodeled by Wren. She says it took them 6 months to finish the job, and now she wants to know what's going to happen to her lifetime warranty that she was promised.
So I'm at a loss because I'm like, what if something happens? Because I have seen comments. They have a Disaster Wren Kitchen Facebook page, and people have put that their cabinets have come apart, the peeling. So I'm very concerned.
She also says Wren Kitchen contractors didn't install her sink properly, but she said it was a nightmare. For customers who already paid signed contracts but haven't had the work completed yet, several companies are stepping up, saying that they're going to help. They're willing to finish those jobs at a cost, of course. One of those businesses is Express Kitchens.
We are actually putting real dollars. We cut our marketing budget, other places' costs, and we are actually giving these people the credit towards their deposits that they had paid. That's what we're doing.
He also says if you're an impacted customer, all you have to do is bring in your contract to an express kitchen showroom. American, Refacing, and Custom Cabinets, they're also doing free quotes and estimates. And up next on the Fox 61 Morning News at 6, more funds are on the way for the Department of Homeland Security, but not every program in the agency will get that money right away. We'll explain next.
A child asked to be placed into foster care but was left at home. Now a full investigation is underway after an apparent suicide. I'm Priscilla Meza. Coming up, we'll have a look at what the Department of Children and Families has to say about the case.
The rising fuel prices are taking a toll on your favorite food trucks. And Valerie Moravi, New London, with what are local owners doing to stay afloat and continue serving their loyal customers.